아이씨.
With a hook I will pierce your jaw and drag you out along with your horses and chariots, your entire army clad in full armor with large and small shields and with swords in their hands. Along with them will be the Persians, the Cushites, the Puttites, the Gomerites, and all the people of the north as recorded in the book of the Lord, together. The term Gog in the recorded words refers to the land of Magog, which became the overlord, a ruler who is absolutely obeyed through an alliance of Meshech and Tubal. Mesh is the Hebrew word mesque or mesher, which corresponds to Moscow or Mosher, the origin of the word Moscow, thus explaining that Mesh means Moscow. Tubal is pronounced Tubal in Hebrew, which means Siberia in ancient times, and is now the name of the Tubal region in central Russia. Therefore, Meshech and Tubal describe the overlord who rules over Moscow and Siberia. This overlord is also called Gog or Magog. This prophecy foretells that after 1,000 years, the people of this region will receive the spirit of demons emerging from the abyss and attack the holy city, but God's fiery judgment will immediately follow. Not only Gog and Magog, the kings of Meshech and Tubal, but also all the nations and peoples belonging to Gog, the people of Togarmah in the far north, and all the hordes will be judged by being dragged out with hooks through their jaws, as promised. Revelation 29, they spread out over the earth and surrounded the camp of the saints and the beloved city. Then fire came down from heaven and consumed them. As it is written, the forces of Satan who deceived Gog and Magog will surround the camp of the saints and the beloved city, the city of the millennial kingdom, and fire will come down from heaven and consume the forces of Gog and Magog. Ezekiel 38:14-16, Son of man, prophesy and say to Gog, this is what the Lord God says. When my people Israel dwell in safety, will you not know it? You will come from your place out of the far north, you and many people, and great is the company of your people. You will come like a mighty army, like a great cloud covering the land. Gog in the east has told us of your march, of the hair on your feet, and we have heard of your name. You have come to the land of my people Israel, to the mountain of my inheritance, to the land that I gave to the house of Jacob for an inheritance, and it is now mine. As it is written, from the far north, Siberia, Moscow, many horsemen will come with a great army, like a cloud covering the land, to attack the Israelites who are living in peace. But this will also reveal God's great glory, for God will pour out judgment on the armies of Gog and Magog in Israel with fire and sulfur, as with a torrential rain to display his power. Ezekiel 38:22, I will bring upon him the pestilence and blood, and upon him and all the multitude that is with him, even as a rain that poureth down, and as a flood of waters, and as hailstones. Since it was said that birds and beasts would eat their flesh, it is easy to see how miserable the judgment of Gog and Magog will be. This is a prophecy that Satan, who was released from the 1,000-year prison, will enter Gog and Magog, mobilize the nations of the earth, and attack the city where the holy people of God dwell. At that time fire will come down from heaven and consume all of them. The sulfuric fire that comes down from heaven will be the same as the fire that fell on Sodom and Gomorrah during their judgment. Revelation 20:10, and the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of fire and sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet were, and they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. Revelation 20:14, then death and Hades were thrown into the lake of fire. This is the second death, the lake of fire. Revelation 21:8, but the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars, their place will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur. This is the second death. The first death is the judgment of the 7 seals, where the body is killed. The second death is the eternal judgment of both soul and body, where the sinful souls are reunited with their sinful bodies and cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. Therefore, when Satan, who had entered Gog and Magog, attacked the city where God's holy people were, he first showed the process of being judged and sentenced by God, seated on the white throne. So, the judgment of the white throne and the second death. Revelation 20:11. Then I saw a great white throne and him who sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was no place found for them. Revelation 21:1. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. Ecclesiastes 1:4. One generation passes away and another generation comes, but the earth remains forever. Revelation 21:5. And he who sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said, Write, for these words are true and faithful. The statement that the earth and the heavens fled away does not mean that the earth or the heavens ceased to exist. This is because it is stated, one generation passes away and another generation comes, but the earth remains forever. Therefore, the fact that the earth and the heavens have not fled away does not mean that the actual earth and heavens have ceased to exist. Rather, it means that the first heavens and the first earth have